Hello everybody. I'd like you to come with me on a journey now. We're going to step into the lives of Raj, Tahir and Bhavani. You are 15 years old and you work in one of the 3,700 mines in India. You work here in poverty and disease because you have no other choice, like your father and his father and his father before him. And in 10 years, if you're lucky, you're probably going to be dead. As a result of breathing in silica dust, which causes irreparable damage to lungs, difficulty breathing, and eventual lung failure, 10 million people in Jakarta alone are affected by silicosis, a non-communicable, incurable, and completely preventable disease. If you expand this to other regions that are also potentially affected, the miners and families are at severe risk, and despite World Health Organization's strategy to alleviate this problem, there has been no change in these areas in the last 30 years. Essentially, you have people working for less than $3 a day being poisoned in less than 10 years. And all they really need is one of these.
At Innovate, we aim to provide a sustainable social enterprise that will address this issue and provide masks to those in need. Through research, we've identified 3 key factors that challenges we need to solve. The first one being cost. $3 for a mask is not going to do it. The second is awareness. Mine owners aren't interested in the safety of its workers. They're more interested in how much they earn. And finally, it's to do with the awareness of the actual individual workers itself. First, cost. We've looked into what makes a mask. And we believe that it can be locally manufactured in India. Let's bring the manufacturing in-house to develop these masks, which with materials and something that's already on the market for 7.5 cents each mask. Now, if we bring that down into local development, we could potentially cut the cost up, let's say 3 cents a mask. And in addition, we found that it can be recycled and downcycled. So $160 for masks for a worker for 15 years. That's, to save a life, that's not a lot. In addition, in regards to awareness, now, there's already been a lot of publicity around safety behind all of these news articles. So it's a growing thing. And finally, in regards to awareness, one is bringing in-house, and another, we aim to publish some of these campaigns.
Well done, Team Innovate Care. Look, a really precise problem with a really precise solution. I thought you did a fantastic job, and you're making it very real with the example at the beginning and handing out masks at the end. Also is a really clever way of getting across a solution. I also think that working with the markets is a great idea as well, working with governments as well. So how would you go about engaging with the governments, and do you think you could get it legislated that these masks are mandatory?
So legislation is actually a really funny issue in India, especially in this area. It is actually legislated, but it's weak and it's not followed through. So there's a lot of bribery and corruption at the state of the mining companies. What you need to play out is that, given the bad publicity, and you saw very briefly all of the news articles that have come out recently, it is actually in the mining companies' interest to address this problem. There's already state funding as well. A compensation for these miners is
$6,000
per death. So premature death, they've got $6,000 being paid out. This is definitely cheaper than that. So it's in the interest of all stakeholders to actually address this problem.
So I really like the idea. So in terms of the downcycle, recycle of the materials in the mask, what's the plan for that?
So one of the key components in the mask is the active carbon filter. And we found that the active carbon filter can actually be recycled just by putting it in a furnace, 830 degrees, and it can be reused. In regards to down cycle, after a few recycles, maybe it's a bit worn out. We can put it.
It is
as
biodegradable.
It is
biodegradable.
Agriculture.
Yeah.
So essentially, we're cutting down costs at all stages and ensuring that the product is then able to be recirculated back or being put to other uses. So we're not losing costs out of that avenue, but we're still able to provide a sustainable social enterprise, social business, which is going to support these workers even in their severe conditions.
I might have missed it. So, how many deaths per year?
The reason it's not specific on the slides is it's an underestimate.
Okay.
So
It's
just in
underestimate.
Jharkhand, there are 10 million workers that are exposed. But if you go to all of the other areas, even the families that live around the mines are potentially exposed to dust, and it's misdiagnosed really commonly.
And from Rajasthan only, there were 2,300 deaths in 2013 to 14, only from one state in India.
It's
We're
upwards in the
estimating
tens of
25%.
millions. It's
All
tens
right.
of millions, and we don't know enough.
And you're talking about the carbon filter on the mask. So carbon filters silicone, is what you're saying? It's the same filter for both?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So great presentation, innovative solution. So not an obvious solution, but thank you for drawing it to our attention. Thank you.